Hey everyone, welcome back to a new Sims 1 video. Today we're going to be building an alternate house for the Goth family. This was an idea suggested in a comment on one of my previous videos, a couple of videos ago. It's going to be a house in many ways very similar to the original Goth family house at 5 Sim Lane, but it's going to be a little bit different in a few ways. I think one of the problems I sometimes have with the original Goth house is that it's actually a little bit small for the number of Sims living there. So obviously we've got Mortimer, Bella and Cassandra, and it's not like the house is super cramped for them to all coexist peacefully. It's more like if you want to play with the family for a while and develop their story, I'd say there's not a ton of space to really add a lot of things, additional objects for hobbies, or even just the fact that the house doesn't really have a full living room. The living room is kind of part of the entrance hall, and the upstairs is very small. It's just Cassandra's bedroom. I know some people like to have Mortimer and Bella have another child, because we know according to the lore of The Sims, in The Sims 2, Cassandra has a brother called Alexander. So it can be quite fun to try and develop that story in The Sims 1 as well. The way I've been playing with the Goths for a while is a little bit more chaotic maybe. Mortimer and Cassandra are both deceased, and Bella has adopted a cat, and she lives alone with her cat. So in her case, she really doesn't need another house at all. She's got plenty of space. And I didn't really think I needed to build this house for this version of Bella that I'm currently playing. But I still think it's kind of fun to have another option for a house in a similar style. So that's kind of what this house is going to be about. We are building on 5 Sim Lane, but I'm in Neighborhood 3 versus Neighborhood 1 where Bella is still living. The main aim in building this house, I decided, was really to make sure Mortimer, Bella and Cassandra would have more space just for themselves, and there would be enough space theoretically to add another family member. And I wanted the house to have a full upstairs instead of just a partial upstairs. The inspiration for the floor plan of the house was actually from a house in The Sims 4. There is a stuff pack for The Sims 4 called Paranormal Stuff that comes with a haunted house that you can live in. And it's not in any of the neighborhoods in The Sims 4 by default. You have to place it in there. And it's designed to go with the haunted house gameplay that comes with that pack. I actually found that pack quite fun to play with. I think a lot of the Sims 4 packs can be quite hit or miss, but Paranormal Stuff is quite decent, I think. So yeah, I took some inspiration from the floor plan of that house. Although the house is quite kind of creepy and overgrown almost. It's got a lot of trees and kind of crawling shrubbery and weeds in a little patio area. I felt like I could kind of take it as a starting point and then turn that into something that would be more suitable for the Goth family in The Sims 1. It's not an exact replica of the house, and obviously the build mode in The Sims 1 is quite a lot more limited than the build mode in The Sims 4. I wanted to use a lot of the original furniture and floor and wall coverings in the original Goth house in this house. So it could almost feel like Mortimer, Bella and Cassandra have kind of packed up all their stuff and put it in a moving truck and moved to another house and then unloaded all their furniture, so it's all theirs. There's the blue 2-seater couch in the living room, and the piano, and the fish tank, the bench that they have sitting out on the porch, as well as the Napoleon sleigh bed and Cassandra's Spartan special bed, and also the tragic clown painting that's in their bathroom. We've also got more rooms overall. So there's a side room just off from the main living area that I've designated as a study. And then the room in the same position just above it on the second story is kind of another study with a chess table and chairs and also a crystal ball. But I think if you had Bella and Mortimer have another child, you could very easily turn that room into another bedroom. It would be quite a small bedroom, but I think for a child that would be fine. Then there's also a second bathroom on the second story and an accessible balcony at the back of the house with a telescope. There's also a balcony at the front of the house, but you can't go out onto it. It's just for decoration. Although if you wanted to, you could place a door onto the balcony from either Bella and Mortimer's bedroom or from the landing area. At the end of the landing area, right at the front of the house, I put a cabinet to hold souvenirs from Vacation Island, but you could easily delete that and just put a door there, and then you would have access to that balcony. So I feel like there's space for the house to kind of evolve and grow if you delete certain objects, or you can reuse certain spaces quite easily. As in the original Goth house, there is a little graveyard out the back. There are just 5 Sims buried there, and none of them are the original graves from the original Goth house. They're all different Sims that have died and are resting there. To be honest, I find the ghosts quite annoying when playing the Goth family. I think it's kind of fun at first, the idea that there's a graveyard there and the Goth family are constantly being reminded of the existence of their ancestors, but then after a while it just feels a little bit annoying with the ghosts going around spooking everybody all the time. So I may go back and delete the graves later, just to make the lives of the new inhabitants of this house a little bit easier. So that is everything I wanted to say about this house. I will leave a link as usual for you to download this house if you want to add it to your game. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.